if you ain't from Philly, you really don't know about the mummers. And people ask us all the time, you know, what's a mummer, what's a mummer? The only thing I can say to people is you go on TV, you watch it, you ask questions. It's the longest running folk parade in the world, right? Longest running in the world. That's pretty wild if you ask. That's fucking crazy.
Life is a casino. We don't sing, we just hit them off with C-notes. And you can bet it all. I'ma be the last one standing tall. Joey Merlino.
What's up, G?
Life is a casino. We don't sing, we just hit them off with
Tell us about ourselves.
And you can bet it all. I'ma be the last one standing tall. Joey Merlino.
With Joey Merlino.
Heading down 2nd Street. Where are we going, Joe?
Freezing my fucking balls off.
I know.
We're going to see the Pirates, our boys. Mo, we're going in their clubhouse now. Welcome us with open arms. We're at the Pirates Clubhouse on 2nd and Moore with Captain Stevie Mo. This is Mummers Row. This is where it's all about, and every club's down here. And Steve, tell us about the Pirates.
Pirates is a wench brigade. It started out in 1994 as a social club. Joe Berger Curlon, our first captain, decided that they were going to march in the Mummers Parade. A few guys thought it was a great idea. Berger was our first captain. He led us up the street. We've been a wench club ever since. Georgie Stewart took over after Berger, and now it's my turn.
Now it's your turn.
God bless
Yeah.
you, my brother.
How long have you been a captain for?
This is my 10th year.
10th year as a captain, and this is where the party happens, don't it? After New Year's.
Whether you get first place or 10th,
Yeah.
in here it looks like you won for 3 years straight.
Wow, yeah. I came in here one day. I thought this place was way fucking bigger. I must have been whacked.
Yeah. It's always a party on
No,
2nd
it's
Street.
a party here, and they welcome us. They take care of us. All good guys.
Give us a little bit of history about the Pirates, though. Also, how many times did you guys win or place or things like that? How long you been on 2nd Street for? The whole time?
How many times you get disqualified?
Believe it or not, I think once.
Once, all right. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's a good
Yeah.
streak.
Pretty good at that, but we only won once too.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we're
still
right
good,
there.
though.
We're even.
One
That's
on one.
good.
So since the first parade was in '95, we were established in '94.
Okay.
So like I said, we only won once, but when we won once, we won.
We won. It was
we
a
had
party
a good
down
time.
here.
Yeah.
We'll
I don't remember what time we got home or whatever.
We'll be here Monday night.
Maybe
Win, lose, or draw.
maybe Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning, we'll probably be here before we
all
film.
night.
But it's like I say. I mean, 1st, 9th.
Yeah.
As long
It's
as
a party.
everybody behind me has a good time,
Absolutely.
That's what it's
I
all
always
about.
get first.
That's what it's all
It's all about family down here. And
Yeah,
especially
check them out
South
New
Philly.
Year's. It's peace, love, and pirates. That's their theme.
2nd and More Pirates. Make sure you come check them out. Make sure you root for them this New Year's. Thank you, Cap.
And
All right,
you
thank
got
you.
Wolf Fat, right?
Wofat, yeah.
Yeah, you got Wofat.
Since my first year as captain, they've been with us.
Yeah.
And
The music's unbelievable.
They
Wait till
lead
you
the
hear that.
way.
Yeah, it's the best.
And if you need them for a wedding, a party, whatever you need, get a hold of us. We'll get them. They know how to get the party started. There's nobody better.
We're here at the Philadelphia Mummers Museum with the founder of the South Philly Vikings, Butchie.
How you doing? First of all, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Happy to still be here. 71.
God bless
Still
you. Butch.
going.
71. Yeah, he's the
71.
founder of the Vikings. They won. How many times did you win, Butch?
13 times
Mono.
in, I don't know, 30 years. I don't have all the exact counts,
Right.
but let me tell you, proud of every one of them. It's been family.
Absolutely.
And our South Philly family, extended family, has been so supportive of that organization. I started it in '86 in the brigades, but in 1970 it was the South Philly Comics.
Right.
Then we merged into the fancy brigades in 1986, and since then I believe there's maybe 14 wins. I'm losing count.
Yeah, these are going to win this year.
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's pretty stiff competition, Joe, so we'll see.
We were in South Philly, so South Philly, we're going to root for the string bands, using in the fancies and the jesters in the comics.
I got the hoodie on today.
Oh, we're setting lines up?
Yeah.
Man, we're going to set some odds up.
see-
Let's go. Let's have some fun.
see if we get better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's it.
Give us
But-
some history about the Vikings.
Well, tell them about the fancy, the difference between the comics, fancy, and string bands.
The comics, which I was a part of for 15 years, is the foundation of the Mummers Parade. Back in the day, it was mostly these wench groups, and I think everybody extended from that, where they would go from house to house, neighborhood to neighborhood, and have a good time. And I'm told, I wasn't here then, but they developed the name New Year's Shooters because from different neighborhoods, they came down with guns. Instead of shooting them in the air, they were shooting them at each other. I think it was like 1901 or so, or 8. Yeah.
Only in South Philly.
Yeah, they started marching organized clubs up Broad Street, which then made it a competition and started developing what you see today.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Now, the comics are the foundation. Again, there's wench groups, there's what they call mother clubs, and these clubs all have different groups. Juveniles, floats,
Right.
whatever. And it's really nice. It's, again, from every neighborhood they come from in Philadelphia and the surrounding area.
Yeah.
Then you have the brigades, were at one time part of a mother club group too, called the Fancies. They were just the Fancies, and there was like 5 mother clubs, and brigades belonged to them. And I think they pulled away, it's got to be 40 years or so now, where they became the Brigade Association.
Right.
Now, they developed an association like the string bands, and now it is, I think there's 10 clubs this year left, but they pulled away and became their own identity, and then went up the street separate from the mother clubs. So you have the brigades, you have the comics, and then the string bands, always been the real heart of the parade in reference to music and bands, and I think we had some friends with Joey and them last night, so you'll get them to talk about that.
Yeah, they're good. The string bands are.
String bands are
music's
incredible.
unbelievable. These guys are unbelievable, though. They're in the convention center. They don't even. They used to be on the street, but it's just too.
Yeah,
they're
that's
too
some
good. It's
history.
too. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
too. It's too
There's
good.
history with that going down.
Well,
Broad
what happened
Street.
was in 1998 was the last year, the first year we were in the convention center. In 97, people were getting run over with the props. They were starting to develop bigger props. And what happened was people were getting hurt. It was a late day commitment, so that when 10 degrees goes down at 5, 6 o'clock, most people would leave. So the street was starting to empty out. Always was a big crowd at City Hall. So we came up with a concept to bring it into the convention center to make it as elaborate as it is today.
I think it was a good idea.
No, it's a good idea. And you're warm in there. You can watch it. You can appreciate it.
It's too cold out there.
So if you guys, I don't know if you'll see it, but this year or next year, get to the convention center and see these guys.
It's
They'll probably
an
win
amazing
again
show.
next year. No, they're great.
Well, they call it the best kept secret is the convention center. If you go see them shows, you'd understand. It's like 10 Broadway shows. One club better than the other. People walk through there and their jaws drop.
No, that's crazy.
You know, I don't know how much to put out there, but I appreciate you guys
time.
helping us promote some of this.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yes.
We've done more for the Mummers Parade than a guy like Kelsey put a Mummer suit on. And anything that we can do to try to help promote Mummers, it's important to me, personally. And I tell you, we did America's Got Talent, and we did that one year. It was 2010. We were picked, our group.
I remember I was watching it in jail. So what the fuck are they doing in there? I was in jail. We used to watch it. Remember that town? They said, "Use on there." What the fuck they doing?
You had to see the documents we had to sign to keep it quiet, this and that. But you learn a lot. And going to Hollywood, I came back with some other stuff along with my family and learned to use LEDs. And we started really playing around with that with our parade. And guess what? It's been a great thing.
You have a great group. I mean, there's so many of them, and everything's so well put together. Where did the name South Philly Vikings come from?
Well, I was on Knife and Oregon with the South Philly Comics.
Okay.
That's where it started in 1970.
Yeah, I remember you was over there.
15 years we ran until 1986, and the Vikings were folded. In fact, there was 2 clubs folded. There was the Entertainers and the Vikings. And they canvassed me to Brigades because I was doing so well in the comics that they thought I was a fit for the Brigades.
Okay.
So then I did form a club. We get together and we took over the Vikings. But I wouldn't give up the South Philly name because I had it for 15 years.
Yeah.
So they made me change the charter where we went to South Philly Vikings.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah,
keep that name forever.
Yeah. You guys, I mean, it's hard to explain the parade. You got to be, it's born in you. Born and raised South Philly. Like, I've been going since I'm 4 years old. Everybody, it's just all we know. It's the greatest show on earth. Better than anything.
Me personally, I could tell you, the parade has got me through a lot of dark and bad times. Okay? Every time we had some family in the area that was having a hard time, we took them in. We don't judge. We have everybody with us. And if their family can have a good time with us, that fulfills our mission. We love bringing the kids in. I was one of the first clubs, in fact, probably the first club in the brigades to bring in girls.
Yeah.
My daughter used to beat me up every year. She was tougher than my sons.
Yeah, there was no girls no girls allowed in the parade, right?
Right. No girls at that time. Now, I think there's only 2 clubs left with no girls in reference to the brigades.
Right. Yeah.
The Jokers and the Shooting Stars. The other 8 clubs have girls, and it's a difference. And I'm going to tell you, if you see some of the letters that are written to me, as far as I had no idea how much I was affecting people by just being involved with this parade, where there's some kids don't have fathers at home. I was teaching them how to use tools. You don't know what they learn around the parade. I mean, there's not enough emphasis on put the art of what goes into this stuff.
How much time and dedication.
So the kids learn how to use tools, fix things around their house, their
You probably
grandma's,
gave
whatever.
you probably gave them 1 million jobs.
Yep.
But one thing, there's no stool pigeons in the parade. So
Yeah.
you got to take it on a hop. You got to go to the desert.
Yeah.
So I hope it continues, and we keep trying to push here as far as getting support for these guys. And again, I'm kind of retired now, but still active with the props in my club. So I'll be heading up to the convention center now after, and I'll leave these boys do whatever they do. But thank you,
my
Joey.
brother.
Thank you,
brother.
thank you.
I'll see you on Broad Street.
For
I'll
for
definitely
helping
see you.
us promote
Love
and
you.
do a
Love
good
you,
job. I
brother.
love what they
Absolutely.
do for our community.
We're here at the Philadelphia Mummers Museum with the head director, Scott. He wants to show us a little information and tell us some history about the Mummers Museum.
Well, also, I got to interrupt you. Scott's a veteran, too. He's a major veteran here. He helps all the veterans. Great man.
Yeah, that was, it was actually, I was Veterans Affairs Director for the city, and then when I came here to take the position, I said, listen, I'll take the executive director part. I don't know much about museums, I'll learn as I go. But the fair deal was that we could still continue to help veterans.
That's
so
amazing.
That number one, we have an outreach office here so we can get them linked to their benefits, medical, health, whatever it may be. So that's an open policy,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. So 75, you know, we're approaching 50 years. 2025 will be 50 years for the museum. So
That's
we're
amazing.
planning big things. New leadership, new board. We got a new president, Brian Donnelly, and on our board, Angelo Lutz, and a couple of good people from know Mummers, know the history. And when I came on board last July, we sort of set a vision that we would mark the 50 years and really celebrate. And because this is the capsule, right?
Yeah.
This is everything here.
We're going to show you videos, you know, of the whole place.
It's
beautiful.
amazing,
It's
actually,
amazing.
what you see in here.
Yeah, and then the secret part about this place is we are the archive central for all the history of the parade. So on our 3rd floor, we have an entire library full of artifacts, articles written that date back to the 1800s.
Really?
Yeah, we have costumes from 1865, that white glove touched, cabinet sealed, climate controlled, and one of the costumes up there in early 1900s, they were 6 blocks long. You know, page boys carried them. Yeah.
Wow.
So since that one was 6 blocks long, the picture's actually over there.
They carry that. 6 blocks long.
About 70 young men, and sometimes we had a 100-year-old here, veteran guy. He said that his sister carried one. She was disguised back in the day.
Back in the day.
Disguise,
Yeah, so this was exposed to the weather, so we kept it out. But we have that actual whole suit, and you know,
That's unbelievable.
you get to see the difference right through the years.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, it's
collaboration.
crazy how the history of this and what you see here from the comics to fancy string band, it's just amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
we're the number one question, you know, about Mummers. They always predict. People call. Tourists come from all over the world. Actually, we had people from Ireland, from Italy this morning, Greece, that came to see, to hear about the parade.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of people who come back. They're hooked once they see
Once
it.
they see it.
People don't know what it is. It's hard to explain what it is. You know?
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, is explaining what it is.
Oldest folk parade in America, and somebody capped this one time years ago. It's where Broadway meets Mardi Gras on New Year's Day.
Right.
And that's the best way to explain
Yeah.
it, because it is something, people think it's stipend, it's free. It could cost the average person $3,000-$4,000.
When I first moved to Florida, Wags came down. It was my birthday. We had a party. They brought my 50th birthday. They brought out the suits, the umbrellas, and we started dancing. And the people in Florida, they had no. They were like,
had no
they were like,
idea.
what the fuck are they on? What kind of drugs are they on? We're all dancing with the fucking umbrellas. Now every time they used to come, do the umbrella dance. They
put
call
the
the umbrella
mummers.
dance.
Umbrella
Yeah,
dance.
the mummers.
It's
That's-
funny you say that, because when I took the jobs, the city said, well, he's crazy enough. So
Yeah,
I guess you got to be crazy
yeah.
enough to do something like
Listen,
this.
it's just such a good time.
It's part of our life. We grew up with it since we're babies.
Yeah, it's definitely unique, isn't it?
Yeah. Our kids, grandchildren, their grandchildren, everybody.
It's a South Philly tradition. It just
that
really
part
is.
of South Philly.
It is, and everybody thinks it's localized in this one area, but you go all over now.
All
You
over.
see
Yeah.
different clubhouses here, clubhouses there, and it's truly amazing how much it's spread. And the other part is when I traveled with the Navy, I would go there and I'd go to a bar. Like I went into a bar in Portsmouth, England one time, and I'm looking and I'm saying, does that say string band? So of course it could be any kind of string band,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I went up there and sure enough, Hegeman String Band,
Hegeman, yeah.
and they had an actual plaque and a piece of plume there on display. So they,
That's amazing.
played for the Pope, played
Yeah,
for the Queen of
Pope.
England.
Yeah, the Queen, the Pope.
Yeah, it was
and what's
great.
his name? When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, Kelsey.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we have a mannequin coming that's going to look like him, and people are going to be able to take selfies right there in that spot.
That's
yeah,
right.
they'll-
Yeah,
they'll love that.
Yeah, he got
everybody
great.
loves that. That's
He's a
good.
good guy. He's a great player.
And one of the things, the main thing is to support the museum is not only just, membership, but like you guys did, the bricks. We're on that
Yeah.
brick
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
The $125, put what you want on the brick. It's on our website at themummersmuseum.org
Yes.
or come to the museum here.
Yes,
or-
donate to these guys. They're good. He helps the veterans. It's a good cause.
You can simply just call his guys because they know the
We'll
connection.
put the
Now,
link
they got
to
the
it.
right,
Yeah.
their
Yeah,
QR
we'll-
code to make it happen.
Yeah, we'll put the code up there.
That's perfect. So.
And I can't wait for Monday.
Tuesday?
I can't wait for Tuesday.
How's the weather?
The weather's good.
The weather's
so,
going to be good. We
yeah,
don't want
yeah.
it too cold.
So we got our hot dog guy out selling. So last year he did about 38,000 in hot dog sales
Jesus.
for 2 carts. So we're looking to break that record. So
We're
that's
gonna
good
break
because they
We're in the
kick
wrong
back.
business.
They kick back to
We're in
the
the wrong
museum.
business.
So,
Fucking
yeah.
thousand hot dogs.
hot
What the fuck kind of hot dogs are they?
Good ones. Yeah. So thank you. Again,
God
thanks for
bless.
your support.
Oh, absolutely.
And next year we're going to have the.
That's right. Yeah.
We're going to do what we did, for the kids, the turkeys and everything. We're going to have here in the Mummers Museum.
Yeah.
And he's going to cater it, and it's going to be beautiful.
Lot more
Him and
room.
Angelo.
Yeah, him and Angelo. Yeah, a lot more room. I
Yeah.
always say Angelo's got one side of the blue doors of the museum, and I got the other side.
you
So
go.
whatever you
We're
need.
gonna be
Thanks
here
again.
next year.
I-
My
I-
brother.
We really
You're the
appreciate
best,
you
guys.
Happy New Year,
Thank
brother.
you.
Happy
Thank
New
you.
Year, Scott.
Happy New Year, you
family.
guys.
God bless.
We're here with Captain Denny Polandro of the South Philly String Band, Skinny Joey, and Little Snuff. Thank you for welcoming us here today.
Oh, anytime, man. You guys are always welcome, Joe.
My pleasure. Happy
you,
New Year.
Guys, thanks
Thank
for coming
you.
by. Happy New Year to you.
Danny's the captain of the South Philly String Band. They won 4 years. Or you won 4 times, right?
We
Then?
won 4 times since 2016. It was like every other year, the even years, 16, 18, 20, and 22. So this is 24, so hopefully we bring
So
it.
hopefully
you're
you bring
going
it
to
on
win a
this year.
share. We'll be there for the celebration party.
Absolutely.
And anybody wants to have a wedding, serenade, party, Christmas, any party you want, you got to hire these guys. They get the fucking party started.
Yes,
they'll
there
have
you
the
go.
they'll have the whole place dancing. We'll give you all the information to call, email, whatever, and just book them at your parties, and it'll be the best party you ever had. They did the tailgate for us. They did the kids thing with the turkeys.
Yeah, it was excellent.
We're there for you guys.
These are our go-to guys. They're the best.
And Joe, it's not cheap to put this production together.
No.
And that's kind of how we raise our money to be able to put a
Right.
performance on for the city and for the people who really enjoy the
Absolutely.
Mummers Parade.
Now we're going to show you the video Monday. After they win, we're going to show you. Now they practice. We'll show we ain't going to show you. We'll show you the practice Monday, the before and after. When you see these guys dressed, you never seen nothing like this in your
incredible.
life.
Can you give the people just a little background how long you've been the captain for?
Well, I've been a mummer. This is my 50th year, actually.
Wow.
I started in
50
1974,
years.
with the string bands. And I've been the captain of the band for 17 years.
Okay.
It's an elected position, and each year we have an election, and I've been fortunate enough to win 17 years in a row, win the election. And, I'm getting a little bit older. It's getting a little bit tougher as I get older,
That's
but
right.
I still enjoy it. A great bunch of guys, great club we have, great organization, very dedicated group of people that we have in our band.
That's amazing.
So I'm honored to be the
And
captain.
it's South Philly. Everybody sticks together. The Mummers Parade is such a big
Absolutely.
tradition in our community, and we're just happy to be here.
Absolutely. It's so good to have you guys. I always
Wow,
said the
thank you.
city's defined by its traditions, and Mummers is a great tradition in the city of Philadelphia. And hopefully, we get the support to keep that thing going and keep that
Nah,
identity for the city.
How long's the parade been going on? Over 100 years, right? 100?
100, this will be 124 years. Started in 1900.
124 years.
2024,
Best party.
124 years.
Ever.
Forget about the fucking Mardi Gras. This is the best party around.
Yes, it is.
It's cold as balls here, though. I got to tell you that. I'm fucking
He just
freezing.
got here from Florida,
I
and
just got in from Florida. I got bourbon slippers on.
Don't forget, make sure you book these guys for any
Yeah,
event
any
possible
event,
you have.
any party you want in Philly, Jersey, they'll get it started.
You pay, we play.
That's
what
it.
I'm saying.
South Philly String Band. Don't forget, contact these guys. Thank
Thanks
you,
so
and
much,
good luck.
guys.
Thank you,
Happy New Year to
Denny.
You guys, thanks for coming down.
We'll be back for Monday when they win it. We're gonna
be
have
here
to
to
celebrate
party.
for the
We'll welcome
party.
you with open arms.
Thank you, my buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Denny.
that.
Thank you,
Thanks,
brother.
bud.
My pleasure. Love you, buddy.